classification of DBMS based on the classification of DBMS based on data model, based on number of users, based on database distribution. Okay. Now, database model, we are using relational data model. For example, Oracle, MS SQL Server, DB2. So classification based on number of users, nothing but multi-user and single user system, right? Now, last one is classification based on database distributions. There are 4 types again: centralized system, distributed database system, homogeneous distributed, heterogeneous distributed database system. What is centralized system? Centralized system, nothing but DBMS software and database are present at single site. It is present at one site. DBMS software and database are stored at single site. Site, nothing but workstations are connected to the computer via network. We call it as site. Now, second one, distributed database system. Distributed database system, nothing but database and DBMS softwares are present at multiple sites. Database as well as DBMS software are present at multiple sites. Observe the diagram there: site 1, site 2, site 3. Right? Then homogeneous distributed database system, nothing but same DBMS software is present at multiple sites. Right? Same DBMS software present at multiple sites. For example, we have 3 sites. Same DBMS software are present at 3 sites. Heterogeneous distributed database system, nothing but different DBMS softwares are present at multiple sites. That is called heterogeneous distributed database system. Right? Now, this is what last class we did. Now, today we will go for a new concept that is called DBMS environment, database system environment. Put a heading: DBMS environment. Okay, put a heading now. Today we are dealing with database system environment. Okay. Now, in this concept, we are dealing with 3 types. I mean, we are concentrating on 3 concepts. One is DBMS component module. Second one is DBMS system utilities. Now, third one, tools, application, environments, and communication facility. These 3 concepts comes under database environment. Database system environment. Okay, so in a DBMS environment, database system environment contains 3 things: DBMS component modules, second one, database system utilities, third one, tools, application, environment, and communication facility. These 3 things comes under the database system environment. Today I am doing first one, DBMS component module. Other 2 we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, so first one, DBMS component modules. And one more thing, put your register number and name at the end of the class. Last 5 minutes, I'll give you a time. Okay. Now, today we'll deal with DBMS component modules. Okay. So let us see what is actually a database system environment. Okay. So before I start, DBMS component modules. Now, DBMS, it is a collection of software components. DBMS is a software, isn't it? DBMS is a program. It contains collection of software components, right? See the slide there. In this section, we discuss types of software components that constitute a DBMS. There is a variety of software components that forms DBMS. Alone DBMS cannot do anything, right? So how a DBMS forming? The DBMS forming by combining a type of software components. ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ DBMS ಆಗಿರೋದು, ರೈಟ್? DBMS ಹೇಗಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್, right? Now we'll discuss the first one, DBMS component modules, right? This concept tells about what are the software components are there within a DBMS. DBMS ಒಳಗಡೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಮೊದಲನೇದು DBMS component modules. Okay, in this DBMS component modules, put a heading DBMS component modules. This is the diagram of component module of DBMS. This is the diagram of the component module of DBMS. Edra avashyakate illa. Let us discuss one by one component in detail. Okay, now in the DBMS component modules, there are two parts of the diagram. One is top part of the figure. Top part of the figure. Now next one is lower part of the figure. I am dividing the diagram into two parts, upper part and lower part. Okay. Now what is upper part will do? The top part of the figure refers to the various users. Sorry. Now, top part of the figure refers to the various users. We have variety of users, isn't it? It may be a casual user, parametric users, right? Then end users. So there are variety of users we have. So top part of the figure refers to the various users of the database environment and their interfaces. Every user will have its own interfaces. Okay. Now, second part. The second part is the lower part of the diagram. The lower part shows the internals of the DBMS, internal component of the DBMS that is responsible for storage of data and processing of transactions. There are two parts in the diagram. First one is top part refers to the various users, casual user, application programmers, DBA. There are different types of users, top part of the figure. Lower part of the figure refers to the internal part of the DBMS. Internal part of the DBMS is responsible for data storage and processing of transaction. Processing of transaction, nothing but query transaction. They will perform queries, right? So these are the two part of the DBMS component modules. In the examination, they will ask the question like this. Explain the DBMS component module diagram in detail, 10 marks. So this is the first concept, comes under database system environment. Okay. Now we'll come to the diagram. Make a note. Top part of the figure refers to the various users. The lower part of the figure refers to the internal component of the DBMS, that is for storage and performing queries. Okay. Now come to the diagram. So this is a diagram for the component module of the DBMS, right? DBMS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಸುಮಾರಷ್ಟು ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, DBMS ಒಂದೇ ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. DBMS ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. DBMS ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, right? That we are discussing today. Now observe the diagram once. I'll give a few minutes of time. Just observe the components present in the DBMS. DBMS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದು ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. Okay, there are two parts in this diagram. Upper part refers to the users. The lower part refers to the internal component of the module. The lower part responsibility is data storage. Data storage comes under lower part. Just observe the diagram, few minutes. Just observe the components present in the diagram. Then I will explain. ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿದೆ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಬರೆಯೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು. ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಬರೀಬಹುದು, ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. Okay, now we'll start. First, I will go for different users. There are different users. Observe the diagram. The first one is DBA staff. Second one is casual users. Third one is application programmers. Okay, and the last user is parametric users. There are different types of users present at the topmost layer of the diagram. What are the responsibility of DBA staff? The DBA is responsible for administrating the database, like defining the database, defining the schema, and DBA is responsible for giving the authorization to the user to use the database. They will create the account for the users. That is the responsibility of DBA, isn't it? So DBA ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು, ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಎರಡನೇದೇನು, ಸ್ಕೀಮಾನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೂರನೇದು, ಒಂದು ಯೂಸರಿಗೆ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಯೂಸರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ DBA ಸ್ಟಾಫ್. ರೈಟ್, ನೌ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶುಯಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್. ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್, ಕ್ಯಾಶುಯಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್. ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. Casual users, nothing but they will use the database very rarely, right? They will just form the queries by using some interfaces. They will formulate the queries. They will generate the queries. They will develop the queries by using some interfaces. That is what casual users. Third one is application programmers. What is the job of application programmers? Application programmers develop the programs. It may be a C, C++, or SQL statements. So application programmer responsibility is just creating the programs. Application programs. Last one is parametric users. Observe my point. Pointer nodi, red pointer and point ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Parametric users responsibility is they will use the database very regularly. And another job of parametric users is they will perform the canned transaction. They will perform compiled transaction. I will come. What is actually compiled transaction? Okay. So the parametric user responsibility is they will give the parameters to the queries. They will give the parameters to the compiled transactions. So these are the responsibility of different users. Okay, hope you understood the different users. DBA staff responsibility is they will define the database, right? They will they will define the database. They will generate the schemas. They will define the schemas. What do you mean by schema? Description of the database is called schema. Casual users, they will generate the queries by using some interfaces. Application programmers, they will generate the application program. They will develop the programs. Parametric users, they will give the parameters to the compiled transactions. Compiled transaction ಅಂದ್ರೆ query na transaction ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ parameters apply ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದು? Parametric users. Okay, I hope you understood different users. Now come to the every user responsibility. I am going like this. ಈ ತರ downwards ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಯೂಸರ್ನ ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಯೂಸರ್ನ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ DBA staff. Okay, DBA will define the database by using DDL statements. Using a DDL statements, they will define the database. What are the DDL statements? The DDL statement nothing but data definition language statement, right? What are the DDL statements? Create, okay, drop the table, alter the table. So these are the commands comes under DDL statements, isn't it? Last class we did, right? So observe my point. The DBA staff will define the database by using DDL statements. Okay. Now these DDL statements are compiled by the DDL compiler. DDL compiler, right? That compiles the DDL statements, which is generated by the DBA staff. And that compiled statements, compiled commands are stored in the system catalog. Isn't it? What do you mean by system catalog? Catalog is nothing but description of the database. Nenapidya? Last class now ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. A description of the database are stored in the system catalog. What do you mean by then description of database? Description of database ಅಂದ್ರೆ database ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರತಿ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರತಿ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಡಾಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಟೇಬಲ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಏನು, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾಬೇಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೆಟಲಾಗ್. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಕೆಟಲಾಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾಬೇಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ದ ಕೆಟಲಾಗ್ is also called as data dictionary, right? Metadata, it is also called as a metadata, right? So this is what one side I finished. DBA staff ina one side ನಾನು ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಹೇಗೆ ಬರಿಬಹುದು ನೀವೇ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನೆನಪಿದ್ರೆ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ, DBA staff will define the database by using DDL statements. DDL query ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಡಾಟಾಬೇಸ್ ನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ DDL ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಕಂಪೈಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವುದು? DDL compiler. That after compilation, result will be stored in system catalog. Okay, this is one part. Now come to the either side of the DBA stuff, another side. Observe the another side. Privileged commands, isn't it? Next one, privileged commands. What is actually privileged commands? Privileged commands are the dedicated commands. It are special commands. It is given only for DBA staff, not for normal users. DBA ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಕಮಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದನ್ನ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನಾವು ನೀವು ರನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. That is called privileged command. It's a special command which is dedicated to only DBA. Normal user cannot use the privileged commands. That's the speciality of privileged commands. Okay, so one side is over. Have you make a note? What is privileged commands? It is a special command which is given only for DBA, not for normal users. Okay, now come to the next part, casual user part. ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಬರೋಣ. ನಾನು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. Casual users. Casual users. Casual users, they will generate the queries by using some interactive interfaces like SQL. Casual user ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ just query na develop ಮಾಡೋದು, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ query na develop ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ಹೇಗೆ query na develop ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು? Using some interfaces like SQL, right? Using SQL, they can generate the queries. That is called interactive query. Why it is called interactive? Because the user is giving the query, right? Then tool is responding something. That is what it's called interactive query. ನಾನೇನೋ ಒಂದು query ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, tool ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ update ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. That is called interactive query. So casual users will generate a normal query by using some interfaces. That is called interactive query. Now next one. That query is compiled by the query compilers. The query which is generated by the casual users are compiled by the query compiler. The another job of query compiler is it always handles high level queries. It always handles complex queries. That is the job of query compiler. Okay. Then after compiling, it is given to the query optimizer. What is the job of query optimizer? It's a very interesting one. The query optimizer job is, it is used to fastly we can execute the queries. It allows the user to execute the queries very fastly. That is called query optimizer. Make a note, query optimizer nothing but which is used to execute the queries very fastly. Okay. Thereafter, query optimizer, it also refers to the system catalog. Query optimizer refers to the system catalog. Observe the direction, dotted line direction. Query optimizer make use of catalog also. Okay. I hope you are getting, guys. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. Query optimizer refers to the catalog also. Catalog nothing but description of the database. Okay. Now next, after query optimization, the query optimizer calls runtime database processor for storing the data to the database. What is the job of runtime database processor here? The runtime database processor stores the data which is given by the query optimizer to the database. That is the job of runtime database processor. Observe here, query optimizer calls what? Runtime database processor. Why it is calling? To store the data to the database. Okay, so this is the second part. I will repeat. Casual users generate the queries by using SQL, that is called interactive query. After generating the query is compiled by the query compiler, right? Then after query compiler, it will goes to query optimizer. The job of query optimizer is fastly executing the queries. Query optimizer calls runtime database processor for storing the data to the database. Okay. Now come to the third part, application programmer. I'm going like this. Okay. Observe the components carefully. Application programmer's job is they will develop a normal applications. It may be a C, C++ applications, Java applications, or SQL commands. Both. Application programmer SQL commands ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ C, C++, Java programs ಅನ್ನು develop ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. That is the job of application programmers. Okay. Now let us see one by one. Application programmers will generate the application programs. Okay. Then the application program is taken by the pre-compiler. Pre-compiler extracts the commands present in the application program. Pre-compiler job nodi. The pre-compiler extracts the DML commands that is generated by the application programs. Make a note. Pre-compiler job is extracting the DML commands, not DDL. Pre-compiler extracts the DML commands from the application program. I'm stressing, the pre-compiler takes the DML command from the application program. Application program DML commands irutto ilvo idde irutte. Aa DML commands na extract ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. Right? That is the job of pre-compiler. Okay. Now observe other side. Observe host language compiler nodi. Observe this one. Observe the host language compiler. I will repeat. The pre-compiler extracts the DML commands from the application program. Other commands are sent it to the host language compiler. Other commands nothing but C, C++, Java. That will be sent it to the host language compiler. Right? Host language compiler executes the C, C++, Java-like commands. That is the job of host language compiler. Nodi, very interesting. Confuse agbardu. Pre-compiler ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ DML statements ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ application program ಇಂದ DML statement ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದ programs ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ host language compiler ಗೆ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so now what is the job of host language compiler? It runs C, C++, Java like commands. Okay, now next one. Pre-compiler will send the commands to the DML compiler. DML compiler compiles all DML statements and generates the object code. I repeat, DML compiler, it compiles all the DML statements and generates the object code. Okay. Now you observe the canned transaction or compiled transaction. Observe the compiled transaction. The object code which is generated by the DML compiler, object code which is generated by the DML compiler, and object code which is generated by the host language compiler, that will be combined together to form compiled transaction. I will repeat, correct gamaniಸಿ diagram ಅನ್ನ DML compiler ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ object code ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಕಂಪೈಲರ್ ಇಂದ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಂಪೈಲ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಗಮನಿಸಿ. ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಇಂದ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, DML ಕಂಪೈಲರ್ ಇಂದ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎರಡನ್ನು ಕಂಬೈನ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಪೈಲ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. And another thing is the parametric users. Observe parametric users. The parametric users will supply the parameters to the compiled transaction. Parametric users ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ನ ಕ್ವೆರಿಗೆ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. That is called compiled transaction. Isn't it? Hope you understood. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪಾಠ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಗಮನಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. Any doubt regarding upper layer? I finished only upper layer. Any doubt regarding upper layer? Students, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts in the upper layer? Upper layer is doubt idya? Okay. Now I will come to the lower part. Any doubts in the upper part? ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Sir, parametric users ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ sir.
Parametric users, observe that the parametric users, they will use the database regularly. That is the one thing. Second thing is the name itself is telling parametric. Parametric nothing but the user will send some parameters to the compiled transaction. Compiled transaction andreno, host language in the bandiro object code, DML compiler in the bandiro object code na combined madidre nimage compiled transaction agutte. Adannu hee tilkobodu, DML compiler in the bandiruvantaha query, host language in the bandiruvantaha query ಎರಡನ್ನು combined ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ compiled transaction ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ compiled transaction ಗೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಕ್ವೆರಿಗೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋರು ಯಾರು? ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now come to the lower part of the diagram. Observe the lower part. First one, system catalog or data dictionary. System catalog, as we know, it stores the description of the database, or else the statement which is generated by the DDL compiler, that will be stored to the system catalog. Okay. Now, next part is runtime database processor. Very important. Students, observe carefully. This part is very, very important. Runtime database processor. Correct gamanisi. Neevu aa diagram aliro directions correct gamanisbeku. Okay. Now we observe the direction of the diagram. The runtime database processor responsibility is it executes. Observe my point. The runtime database processor responsibility is it executes three types of commands. It executes three types of commands. One is privileged data commands, privileged commands which are used by DBA. Okay, runtime database processor yaudun execute madutte? Privileged commands annu execute madutte. Modalnedu. ಎರಡನೇದು normal query which is generated by casual users. Normal query optimizer calls what? Runtime database processor, isn't it? Why it is calls? Store the data to the database, right? Third one is, observe my direction, compiled transaction. ನಾನು ರೆಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮೂರು ರೀತಿಯ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ರನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಡಾಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸರ್. ಮೊದಲನೇದು ಯಾವುದು? ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್ಡ್ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಎರಡನೇದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕ್ವೆರಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಜನರೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಕ್ಯಾಶುಯಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಮೂರನೇದು ಕಂಪೈಲ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಕಂಪೈಲ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ? ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೋಡ್, DML ಕಂಪೈಲರ್ ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಂಪೈಲ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ರನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಡಾಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್ಡ್ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ಸ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್, ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕ್ವೆರಿ. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್, ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪೈಲ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ another point of runtime database processor is it is responsible for concurrency control, backup and recovery. The another important responsibility of runtime database processor is concurrency control. What do you mean by concurrency control? More than one user is trying to access the database. We call it as concurrency control, right? Now, what is actually backup and recovery? If a system crashes, right, we can back up the database, right? Yavaga system fail agutte ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಕಪ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. ಆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಯಾರದು? runtime database processors. ಓಕೆ, ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ runtime database processor. ಮೊದಲನೇ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಯಾವುದು? ಮೂರು ರೀತಿಯ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್ಡ್ ಕಮಾಂಡ್, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕ್ವೆರಿ, ಕಂಪೈಲ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಎರಡನೇ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನು? ಕನ್ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್, ಬ್ಯಾಕಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಕವರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಫ್ runtime database processor. Now come to the last one, stored data manager. observe the stored data manager. The responsibility of stored data manager is it just puts the data to the database. The result of the query, which is put it to the database, or request which is coming from the different user, that will be given to the stored database. So stored data manager responsibility is the input bar output from the database. Database in the input tagolutte ಅಥವಾ database ಗೆ input ಹಾಕುತ್ತೆ, output ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. That is the job of stored data manager. The another responsibility of stored data manager is it is responsible for moving the data from main memory to database or main memory to hard disk. Right? So movement of data from main memory to hard disk, that can be done by the stored data manager. ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ. ಬರೀ ಥಿಯರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಟಾನ ಡಾಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಹಾಕುತ್ತೆ, ಡಾಟಾನ ಡಾಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಇಂದ ಎತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಟ್? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಥಿಯರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು? 2 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ಗೆ. ಮೊದಲನೇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ದ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ it stores the input to the database and extracts the output from the database. The next point is stored data manager is responsible for moving the data from hard disk to main memory to hard disk. Illi hard disk andre yen artha? Stored database actually hard disk agutte. Stored database itself is a hard disk. Okay, main memory in the hard disk ಗೆ ಹಾಕುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ ಇಂದ ಮೇನ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು? OS ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. ವಿತೌಟ್ OS the stored data manager cannot do anything. Using OS interface, it just transfers the data from disk to main memory to disk. Right? So this is the whole concept of the component module of DBMS. Right? Example ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ? Explain need diagram of DBMS component modules ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 3 ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಆಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಆಗಿ. ಮೊದಲನೇದು DBMS ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್, ಈಗ ನಾನೇನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅದು. ಎರಡನೇದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟೀಸ್. ಮೂರನೇದು ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ 3 ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಂಡರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಈ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಥಿಯರಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಓದಕ್ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೂ ಬೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋದು. TDL ಕಂಪೈಲರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಕ್ವೆರಿ ಆಂಪೈಲರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಕ್ವೆರಿ ಆಪ್ಟಿಮೈಸರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಪ್ರೀ ಕಂಪೈಲರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಇರೋದೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋದು. ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟು ಥಿಯರಿನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ರೈಟ್? ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ನಾವು ವಿಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಆನ್ ರಿವೈಸ್ ದಿ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ಮೈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಫ್ DDL ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್? What is the job of DDL statements? Students, DDL statements in a job ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಏನು ಅಂತ?
It is used to define
it is used to
define database structure.
Okay, so who will define the database? DBA will define the database, isn't it? How they will define the database? Using DDL statements. ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ DBA will define the database. How they will define the database? Using DDL statements. My next question, DML compiler. DML compiler. I told put your register number and name at the last, no problem, right? Attendance ಬಗ್ಗೆ worry ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. Now observe my question. What do you mean by DML compiler?
It will compile the DML statements.
It will compile the DML statements. Okay. It will compile the DML statements. Fine. Now my next question is, what do you mean by query compiler? What do you mean by query compiler? Diagram ಕಾಣ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? What do you mean by query compiler? Query compiler ಬರೋದು casual users ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Query compiler. Students, what do you mean by query compiler? Query compiler. Query ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Query compiler.
It compiles the query.
It compiles the query which is generated by casual users. ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ? ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತನಾ? ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾಕೆ? ತಪ್ಪಾಗ್ಲಿ, ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ಬೋರ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಯಾಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ? ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್. ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ, ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ರೀಕಾಲ್ ಆದಂಗೆ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ತಪ್ಪಾಗ್ಲಿ. Now next one, what is the job of query optimizer?
It will
allows the
It fastly executes the queries.
It fastly executes
It fastly executes the query which we can fastly execute. Okay, so that will be that query optimizer's result will be stored to the database manager. Okay. Now the next question is, what is the job of pre-compiler?
Pre-compiler,
it will extract DML queries.
the commands from the application program.
The pre-compiler extracts the DML statements from the application program. Okay, application program alliro DML statements anna extract ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Extract ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾವುದು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ? DML compiler ಗೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. What is the job of DML compiler?
That will compiles the DML commands and generates the object code.
Okay, it executes the DML commands and generates the object code, isn't it? Vaibhavi, Swati, Sushma, try ಮಾಡಿ. Supriya, Spurti, Shweta, are you there? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ, ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಬೋರ್ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ರೀಕಾಲ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ತಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥನೂ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ನೀವು ಓದ್ತಾ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾವು ಮೈ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಈಸ್, what do you mean by host language compiler?
It will compile the languages other than DML. Andre means DML queries na bit bere
Okay, host language compiler executes other than the DML statements, other than DML commands like C, C++, Java commands, which is executed by host language compiler. Host language compiler na kelsa eno Java, C, C++ language na run ಮಾಡೋದು without DML, right? Without SQL statements. Now my next question is, what do you mean by the stored database manager or runtime database processor? What do you mean by runtime database processor? What is the responsibility of a runtime database processor?
It executes normal query like commands and compile transaction.
Very good.
Normal query compile transaction.
Okay, the runtime database processor responsibilities, it executes three types of transaction. One is the privileged command, which is generated by DBA. Second one is normal query, which is generated by casual users. Third one, compiled transactions, right? So these are the three types of queries executed by the runtime database processor. Okay. Now, what do you mean by, what is the responsibility of stored data manager?
It stores the
transfer the
Data
data
at
from
The
disk
data
to
into
main
the
memory.
database
Okay.
and it can take the data into the database.
Very good, fine. The stored data manager responsibility is it moves the data or transforms the data between the main memory and hard disk. Hard disk ಮತ್ತು main memory ನಡುವೆ data movement help ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So that is the job of the stored data manager. Now my last question is, what are the other responsibility of runtime database processor? What are other responsibility?
concurrency control, backup or recovery subsystem.
Okay, concurrency control, backup and recovery. This is another responsibility of the stored database manager. Fine. Now the final one, final question. What do you mean by compiled transaction? What do you mean by a compiled transaction? The compiled transaction ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯನಾ?
It includes both the DML compiler output and the host language compiler outputs.
Output. That means DML compiler object code and host language compiler object code will be combined together. That forms compiled transaction. Okay. Thank you one and all for joining today. Put your register number and name. At least next class ಆದ್ರೂ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. No why? That's okay. Ishan?
ಸರ್
ಇಶಾನ್ ಇದೆಯೇನಪ್ಪ?
ಸರ್ ಇದೀನಿ.
ಇದೆಯೇನಾ?
ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ.
ಸೆಷನ್ ಮುಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇದಾರ ಐತಿ?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ನಾನು, ಹಂಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು.
ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ದೆ ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ಯಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಕದ್ನಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡಲ್ಲ, ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಂಗೆ ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ.
ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಬರೀ ತಿಂಡಿ ತಿಂತಿದ್ದ?
ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಸರ್.
ಸರಿ ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂಚೂರು ಮಧ್ಯ ನಿನ್ನ ಒಂಚೂರು ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಲಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್ ನಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ರಿಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೊಂದು ಬೂಸ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ದಂಗಪ್ಪ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಕೊಂತೀವಲ್ಲ ನೋಟ್ಸು, ಅದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳು ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ ಅಂತ ನೆನಪಾಗಿರುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್.
ನಿಮ್ದು ಸರ್ ತಿಂಡಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಸರ್?
ತಿಂಡಿ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಕಣ, ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್ ಬಾಯ್.
ಓಕೆ ಕಣ, ಬಾಯ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಬಾಯ್.